Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Professor David Nutt, the Chief Scientific Officer at Awaken Life Sciences. David, really good to speak with you this morning. Awaken has entered into a commercial collaboration with Graft Polymer UK that aims to advance your novel amino-indane new chemical entity series. Could you explain more about the series and what it's targeted at?
Well, we're targeted at trauma disorders, initially post-traumatic stress disorder, but also there are a range of other disorders ranging from depression to addictions, which are triggered by traumas, or at least traumas underpin some of the vulnerability to those disorders. And trauma disorders are very hard to treat. And perhaps the most exciting development in recent years has been the development of MDMA as a treatment. But of course, that's got a street name of ecstasy. It's an illegal drug. It's been widely used recreationally. And it has some problems in addition to that. So the amino-indanes offer another way of approaching trauma treatment with illegal drugs that have got patentability. And also we can improve potentially on the kinetics and the side effects.
How serious are mental health disorders like PTSD, David, and how can these amino-indanes assist?
Well, PTSD really is the disorder of this century. It's just earlier this morning, I've just come off a call with Ukrainian psychiatrists. Uh, it is estimated that 5 million Ukrainians now have PTSD. Yeah, it's a population disorder rather than individual disorder now, and we need to find new treatments. And the truth is that the emergence of MDMA as a therapy in the States has been driven largely by the fact that veterans from wars, more American veterans kill themselves than are killed by the enemy now. And that tells you the pain and the trauma that warfare and PTSD put on people. So PTSD is a huge problem, and its current treatments are not very effective. We've got to do better because it's a growing problem.
How can the tie-up with Graft Polymer and its drug delivery systems help improve the performance of your therapeutics, David?
Well, what we're hoping is we can improve what we call kinetics, the speed at which the drug gets to the body. We can improve bioavailability and also change the kinetics. So, I mean, MDMA therapy is the most promising, but current MDMA therapy basically takes a whole day. Uh, and that's very tiring for the patient, also very demanding for the therapists, and very expensive. And we would like to bring MDMA therapy down much more to like ketamine therapy, where you can have essentially a full therapeutic session within half a day. And we think the amino-indanes, with their shorter kinetics, particularly if we can amplify those benefits with the new polymer technology, that we could actually have a different paradigm. You know, twice as many people essentially getting treated in any particular day.
So Graft Polymer is also investing £300,000 into Awaken. How will that be used to enhance the bioavailability and pharmacokinetics of your amino-indane NCEs?
Yes, well, what we want to do is we want to have oral administration. Obviously, that's the most preferred way, but there are different ways you can get drugs into the body. You can through the mouth. It doesn't have to go into the stomach. Things that go into the stomach then often get broken down. Now, the Graft Polymer technology has already developed ways in which you can bypass some of the metabolism in the stomach. But it's also possible to use that technology to facilitate uptake, for instance, through the cheek, through the lining of the mouth. And that's quite an efficient way of getting medicine in, again, avoiding it going to the liver, so reducing metabolism. And that has two advantages. That means that you give less, so there's less risk of allergic type reactions. And also you get less metabolites. And of course, metabolites are always one of the things you have to be concerned about when you're developing a new medicine.
Well, David, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress with your therapeutics. Thank you very much for speaking with us today and for that very clear explanation.
Lovely to talk to you, and we will certainly keep you informed. Thank you.
That's Professor David Nutt, the Chief Scientific Officer at Awaken Life Sciences.